What's up, guys? Welcome back to Real. It was San Diego Comic Con that is coming on for over a week now. We still have a lot of stuff to go over, especially from the Marvel panel with Ant-Man the Wasp Quantumania being the official start of Phase 5. And people were showing trailer footage from the movie. And of course, we got a description as to what people saw and what we can expect from this third Ant-Man film as well. So in this video, we give you guys the full trailer description for Ant-Man the Wasp Quantumania and what we can expect as we get into this third Ant-Man film, especially with the Kang the Conqueror being introduced as the big bad in the MCU as well. But if you're new here and enjoy yourself at this, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss this in the future. So let's get to it. And now, with the show, the description, I'm going to reread through word by word and tell you guys from the show description about what we can expect as we head into the third Ant-Man film, Ant-Man the Wasp Quantumania. And with the show description goes, the trailer opens with Scott Lang, but pretty pleased with having saved the universe, doing a book tour for his autobiography, Look Out for the Little Guy. The crowd is rabid and features a child dressed up as Ant-Man. We also see the anomaly of Scott's superhero life with his family life, as he gets a call that his daughter, Cassie Lang, who is Noon, who is playing the new Cassie Lang in this movie, has been arrested. We go to the Pym family having dinner, and Scott's struggling with parenting as Cassie comes into her own as a young adult. Hank Pym and Jaden Van Dyne waste no time and dug on Scott about his book along with Hope Van Dyne. And then it continues on by saying, why is will then recognize a voiceover from Loki's Kang the Conqueror, who we introduced to at the end of Loki season 1, saying, you're an interesting man, Scott Lang. You've lost a lot of time, but time isn't what you think. It's not a straight line. This trailer really dives into the quantum realm as any trailer for a film featuring word a Quantumania. We get a look at Scott's time there during the snap or during the blip, and his life since then before coming back to Pym's lab. When an experiment causes the gravity in the room to warp, and Ben Scott tries to keep Cassie from being pulled into the quantum realm at the center of their experiment, but the entire Lang, Pym, and Van Dyne family is yanked inside. Once inside, we got a bunch of quick shots of featuring the appearance of Bill Murray, and since saying Jaden Van Dyne, I thought you were dead, with his classic flair, and Jaden for fighting off a quantum monsters, Scott for fighting to save Cassie, and an emotional moment between Scott and Hope. And through these moments, we get another voiceover from Kang saying, when you see time the way I do, you can see everything you're holding on to, everything you call life, I know how it ends. And finally, Kang is revealed. Plus, the Conqueror's will be played by Jonathan Majors. And Scott confidently tells him that he's made a huge mistake because he's an Avenger. But Kang strikes the terror into the sides of shifting superhero, and the audience reply, "You're an Avenger. Have I killed you before?" And yeah, and based on this description, we were going to get into more of the quantum realm in the third Ant-Man film, especially like with the word Quantumania. This movie is gonna focus more on the quantum realm, and not like it's going to have like a Hank Pym and Jaden Van Dyne, like Hope and Scott and Cassie all into the quantum realm, and like especially like with like Kang the Conqueror being the big bad as we head into the next movie for Phase 5, as like Kang the Conqueror is now set up to be the big bad, especially as we head into the Multiverse Saga in Phase 5, and then like I think with like Kang's plan, I think it's going to be a lot bigger than from what we saw back at the end of Loki season 1, and now like with the Kang the Conqueror, he's expected to be the big bad, especially for Avengers the Kang Dynasty, and I wonder how that movie will lead into the big Avengers Endgame level of them, which is for Secret Wars, and now and then like what this means that we're going to see a different Cassie Lang played by Noon, and I think with the Quantumania, it's going to be more insane, especially that at the sort of Ant-Man film will focus more deeply into the quantum realm because it's in the film's title, Quantumania, and that we're going to see all of them, especially for Pym, Van Dyne, Lang, and like all of them being like sucked inside. And it's also that we're going to see what Scott's life is like, especially after the blip, and like how like everyone feels about him, especially after saving the universe with the Avengers after fighting Thanos' army from Avengers Endgame. Especially he has like a new autobiography biography, and we're really doing a book tour, and like especially what his life is like after the events of the blimp, and especially from the events of Avengers Endgame. Is that we're going to see Scott is struggling as a parent to taking care of Cassie, as Cassie has been arrested because the last time we saw them was from Avengers Endgame. So maybe we'll find out like a lot differently how life is going to be like, especially with Scott and Cassie. And also, in these details here, is that we're going to see some emotional moments between Scott and Hope. Is that like it's because with like a Scott and Hope having an emotional moment together, especially they've been together since Ant-Man and the Wasp, and like for fighting with the Avengers to fight Thanos and his army back in Avengers Endgame, and now with them having an emotional moment together in this film, it's definitely going to be more. It's going to be more emotional, especially with Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania. It's going to be insane, and this film will lead into Avengers of the Kang Dynasty, which is for Avengers 5, and that it also says right here that we're going to see, especially with Scott saving Cassie in the quantum realm, especially as they're being sucked into the quantum realm, especially we're probably going to see more unveiled for the quantum realm as we saw in Ant-Man and the Wasp, and like especially if we'll learn like much more about the quantum realm and what's inside of it, especially with the quantum monsters and everything like that, and like especially like if we're going to see a father-daughter moment between like Scott and Cassie, especially from the first Ant-Man film all the way up to Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania, and then like it also says that we're going to see an appearance by Bill Murray. Of course, he's been rumored to be playing a MODOK in the MCU, but I'm pretty sure different actors are going to be playing a MODOK, especially for Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania, and I'm wondering if that'll be revealed in this movie as well, but we'll have to wait and see on that, and like especially it sounded based on this film, it's going to be insane. And yeah, based on the show description, I'm very excited to see what's in store for the third Ant-Man film and Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania, especially for Kang the Conqueror, and now being introduced as the big bad, especially for the Phase 5, or is known as the Multiverse Saga. Is that I think that this film will be set up in like a big way for Avengers of the Kang Dynasty, how that film will lead into Secret Wars, and that, especially with all these emotional moments that we're going to have in this movie, especially with Scott and Cassie, and Hank Pym and Jane Van Dyne, and with Scott and Hope as well. So yeah, I'm very excited to see what we have in store for Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania. So that's me for this video. Let me thoughts in the comments below, and what are your thoughts on the trailer description that we have for Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania, and are you looking forward to Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania, the movie that was started off in Phase 5 and the Multiverse Saga? Let me know in the comments section down below to get this video a like and subscribe to notification bell for future videos, and you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter for live updates. And with that, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.